Good morning, BNI. This is Kagrana. I represent my firm GKD Furniture Solutions. We provide smart and space-saving modular furniture for your home and office. I'm currently the president of my chapter BNI Dominus, as well as I am a training ambassador at BNI Ahmedabad, and I take BNI Connect training. Today we have Ms Premangi Khagram with us. So, good morning and welcome, Premangi.
Hello, good morning.
Premangi represents her firm called Round Months Event. She is into corporate events, an event manager by work, a yoga practitioner, a stylist, a storyteller, and a national table tennis player by love. She believes in the karma and the power of faith. Actively works with corporate events, government events, and exhibitions. She wishes to gain multiple expertise entering into different business segments. To all, she says, eventually yours. So over to you, Premangi. So welcome, Premangi, to first of all to BNI. How are you? How are you doing?
Perfect. And with today's morning with you, it's going more perfect.
Yes. So this is a special thing what BNI Ahmedabad is doing. Why BNI more than ever? So it is for our members and the new members why BNI is important in this scenario. So we'll be interviewing you today. So are you good to go? Shall we start?
Perfect. Yes, we are.
So yeah. So Premangi, the first thing I would like to know is, with what expectations did you join BNI? Is it to grow your business, to make friends, or for your personal development? And how has BNI met them in this journey of yours?
Okay. So asking about the first question, that is the expectation settings of joining BNI, right?
That's
I
right.
think it's an integration of all two. You also want people, you also want your growth, and you also want business. When such an organization, which is BNI, it's a people's organization, comes up, you live, you grow, and you also business. So I think that's the
Absolutely.
answer. And provided talking about my situation, I joined when the pandemic just entered in the market. So
Oh,
for me, what I only did was BNI, and I'm glad that I was a part of BNI when pandemic rightly hit us. And I'm here to you.
that's very true, and I'm sure you are enjoying and loving the complete system of BNI, right?
Oh yes, of course,
Oh,
of course. I mean, there are
so
stories to
with
talk to you, but yes.
yeah. So moving ahead, can you tell us more about how the BNI community has helped you to survive and sail through this Corona or COVID lockdown in comparison with the respective of your business, what you are into?
Hmm. Okay. So I belong from the events company. I'm a partner to Rangunch Events, which says that the category itself isn't asked that much, right? But talking about the right situation, that is pandemic at this point of time, BNI works with you as a battalion of armed forces. What it does is it gives you a platform with all the people with your own back. Everyone is with you, providing to help you in one or the other way possible. I remember
True.
the times when I used to go for chapter meetings and used to ask that the situation is very tough at this point of time for us. There were people who used to come and say that these are the options you can go, these are the options you can go. And I think invariably these are the people who are your lab for business. You can go and shoulder to them. So I think it has been the best to me during this times for that.
Right. And I'm sure, like, as you are saying, you have just make the most use of this time and trying to make as many as contacts and relationships with your members and members across Ahmedabad and globally. So that once this lockdown is over, you and it's actually over for us, but not in most of the cities. but when this corona is gone, and this contacts and this relationships will help you in for your future business, right?
Perfect. 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 I think it's the right investment of time in people at this point of time, making a force who can run all together for you at the right time and hitting the mark. That's the way I take it.
Excellent. So, as I can see from your Palms report, that in this throughout this 3 months of this lockdown, you had almost done about 58 one-to-one, and you passed on about 32 referrals. So, even people gave you, and you gave the actual reference to them, to your fellow members, and they were able to generate business out of it. So, while doing that one-to-one, what was that one thing, say a common thing or a factor you look up to do a business or one-to-one with your fellow members? Also, what is that thing which helps you generating trust with them to go ahead doing business? So,
Okay.
can you throw some ideas on
Um, Perfect, perfect question to me. To tell you very frankly, Harsh, I've been in the target of doing one-to-one a day. So I make
it?
sure
Okay,
that I go through his profile, be it a social profile, be it his business profile, everything. The moment I am sitting with someone, I make sure that I have the background of his business. I have certain amount of questions and at least one referral to go and say about it. When someone is of a different sector, what happens is you want to know them personally. About me in this pandemic, I've tried to know 58 plus business sectors. I've been trying to
right,
know what businesses hit them, what are the referrals that counts to them, and what are the people that makes more important to them. So I've been trying to understand the market of business. So putting the answer to your question, what matters me the most while doing the one to one is I try to read him the most. The moment I'm sitting with him, I've got some idea of that person in bits and pieces. And then I'm not talking professionally, I'm talking to him
right,
personally. Because that person in his 40, 45 years of life would have had hundreds of experience. And in that 15, 20, 1 hour of one to one, I would really want to know what he or she
more,
is also. See, in this cases, person when touched personally comes out with profession, and when we have deeper connections in person, that turns up in business in longer relationships. So I think I try to connect with that person, only connect. I try to know what he does, what are his hobbies, and things like that. What his wife does, what his grandparents have been, what business he is into, what he looks up for life, everything. I think I just become a journalist altogether and shoot out questions trying to know him around.
that's very sweet of you, and I'm sure you are on the right track, on a right path of how you have to do a one-to-one and how you should create a relationship, how a trust and a bond should be built between a members. It is one community. It is like a family when you are part of BNI. Speaking about family, just wanted to know, how does a family react to your involvement in BNI? Are there any funny incidents or something you would like to share with our members?
Let me add here. I'm right now at my hometown. That's named Jamkhambaliya. What has happened is I've been out since 11 years. This is the first time that for 4 long months I'm here. My parents are still figuring out what's happening with me because a kid has gone out and I'm now, like now finally here. So I think in terms of family, they are all trying to see a business lady who's come up at home. They just left the girl from their house, and I'm all talking about business everywhere, and they're enjoying this transformation of me altogether. It's fun.
That,
It's fun. It's really fun.
yeah, that's right. So, moving forward, apart from business, just want to know that what have you become in the process of being a BNI member? Is something what BNI has got and evolved you and made you something different as a
To
person?
just answer in a short word, I'd say I've become aware. I've
Okay,
become aware and understanding about what's happening across. I think that's
True.
the best way to answer this. You know a lot of things now. You
Right.
realize what people are into, what sort of things they be between when such things happen across. Yeah.
So you are trying to learn more through this journey of yours in BNI. That's
Oh
that's
yes,
very cool.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
So is there any BNI? I know you are a new member and it's been just 3 or 4 months old. Is there any story you would like to share with us? Some BNI story which has, oh wow, some aha moment of yours.
Yeah, I remember one story of mine. Like I said in my own introduction, that I'm a
Right.
storyteller. What has happened is I came as a substitute in a chapter meeting, and I joined as a member. And what happened between both of these points? So I was a substitute, and I just entered in the meeting and was cluelessly figuring out what's happening in a business meeting. The only thing I knew is I don't have to talk much, because that's the only thing that I do when I am between people. I don't have to
Right.
talk. So I was just in that scene of not talking. And the moment meeting was just about to get over, one of our launch director was talking about, or say, narrating a story to which I could not hold. I said, I want to talk. I want to say a story. And
Right.
then suddenly, because everyone was a member there, and a substitute stands and says a story, that's where I think a lot of doors were open for me becoming a member, and the rest is still to come.
That's something different, and I'm sure many people would be happy to hear, and it will just give them that praise to, yeah, a door can open anytime, any place. You just have to be part of it. Just wait for the opportunity to come. So
I think that was the door
with
of warmth. Everyone
oh,
came down and everyone was just accepting that you should be the member, you should be the member. And yeah,
that's cool. So I'm sure that you then recently and surely in the next phase in the coming months you join BNI. So with that
next
we'll
meeting I was a BNI member,
oh
Harsh.
that's amazing. So with that we'll like to close this meeting with a final question. Sorry, the interview with the final question is, what would you tell someone who has just gotten into the BNI? What would be one thing which you would like to give them as an advice, as a takeaway, as a guidance, who has just joined into BNI?
Okay. So for someone who wants to join BNI, there are many questions. First of all, certainly myself, even being member, I also had bunch of questions. I think right guidance of what the exact structure of BNI helps all together, and the second is when they are righteously needing a right place to be in an organization which talks about people. I think it's the best way to be here, because certainly BNI is not only business, it really leads you in the much deeper ways of life. And I guess no one else except you, your own self, witnessing that will be able to tell.
That's really cool, and I can totally say that with the questions what I've asked you today, and looking to your palm in this last 3 4 months, you have got the right guidance because you have created yourself the visibility. You are doing your visibility by doing more one-to-one. You have already attended about 6 training. That's something amazing, I can say. Being a trainer, attending 6 trainings in this time is, it's absolutely awesome and cool. And giving that referrals and getting that thank you slips for giving passing the referrals to members is created your visibility and credibility in BNI. And I'm sure in the coming one, you would get that profitability out of it. So with that, we wish you all the best in your journey ahead in this BNI, and look forward to seeing you more and more. And so yeah, it was really awesome to know things about you and how BNI has been a part. And I'm sure many people would be able to learn from your journey. So thank you so much, Premangi, for your time. It was really wonderful talking to you. Thank you.
Wish
Any
I many
ending
more
note?
for BNI and for you.
Thank you. Any ending note or a quote
I
from a
think
storyteller?
the ending note is certainly when you said that it has been my journey. I'd like to mention that in the journey of me being a member, there was certainly the launch team as well as the support team highlighting the names of Nilesh Sitlani, Chintan Prajapati, again from the support team, Nilesh Shah, Arjun Akrwala, and Mr. Snehal Patel. I think righteously being with the force of right kind of battalion like them, we are very much glad and we look up for business and we look up for BNI every point of time. And thank you, Hart, for having a wonderful interview with me.
Thank you, Premangi. It was pleasure. All right. So see you soon, and thank you so much. Bye bye. Good day.
Bye bye. Yep.